shoes became important when Jordan shoes became important, not before then.
Here comes Michael Jordan. Fly.
Slam it. Oh, spectacular. That's a 10 to me.
Well, it was interesting, the Nike thing. I think there was ambivalence on Michael's part.
Because Nike was a very upstart company in 1984. They weren't that established. He wore Converse when he played at Carolina.
And so he kind of wanted to stay with the Converse because he just liked wearing them.
We ended up going to Converse, and Converse sort of presented their image that Michael would be just like everybody else that they had.
Well, that it would be more of the same. He would be following me, Magic, Larry Bird.
Julius Erving was a Converse guy. Larry Bird was a Converse guy. Magic Johnson was a Converse guy. So what?
And his dad asked the famous question, don't you have any new creative ideas? And they looked around like each other, like what does that mean? Like, we're going to treat him like Bernard King or Dr. J. Isn't that enough? And the answer, no, it wasn't enough. We wanted to be different. He just didn't like the vision.
It was probably a tough emotional decision for him not to go that route, but he stood strong and when he got the best deal.
I told him that he wouldn't have the level of artistic freedom at a very established company he'd have at a younger entrepreneurial company. Well, in 1984, Nike was that younger entrepreneurial company.
They had a bigger vision.
Nike really didn't have any one transcendent star. They needed a Jordan. And I felt that because they needed him more, that they would be more willing to do special things for him. But Michael didn't want to visit Nike. He didn't know anything about Nike. He wanted to go with Adidas. That was his dream.
And his mother literally had to make him, go get on the plane and go to Oregon and go see these people.
And said, just take a look and see it. And if you don't like it, you could always say no. So he goes out there like a month later to visit. And they put together a music video where they put together a series of highlights from college and the Olympics. They had the Pointer Sisters jump, they had Van Halen jump. Michael didn't crack a smile the whole time. And we went from there into another meeting where Phil Knight came in and went on for 3 or 4 hours. And I said, what'd you think? And I thought he was gonna curse me out because he didn't want to go. He looked like he was hating it. And I thought he was gonna be really upset with me for forcing him to go to Portland. He said, I don't want to go anywhere else. This is it.
The reaction to shoes came later when Jordan began to sell them and everybody wanted one. On the way in, that didn't matter. Jordan made it matter.
I think Michael's brand and the creation of the brand Jordan and turned a corner that changed it forever.
It was just a feeling that it was a perfect marriage. A young player who wanted to start a collection, and they were a company that needed a name star to catapult their line, and the rest is history.